Welcome to the Fight Night Daily Podcast. It's the last day of the IBA World Championships. We've got all the finals going on behind us. We've got the WBO heavyweight champion beside us. Let's get into Fabio straight away. What did you think last night when Murat Gasev knocked out Kubrat Pulv? Maybe 4 or 5 rounds down. You were in the VIP seats watching. What did you think?
I think it was a job well done, a job according to plan. I think how Gasev wanted to go about things, I think it pretty much all went according to plan. I think he was picking shots very early, single shots, stabbing to the body, little right hands around the side, just poking away, wearing at him a bit. I think he must have studied pretty well, knew Pulev's tendencies. He's been caught with that left hook before. You've seen it very obviously in the Klitschko fight as well. So he studied him well and just kind of worked it to a T, really.
It was like a workmanlike performance, wasn't it? But for me, when the first bell rang, I thought that Pulv seemed to be getting overconfident and maybe got a little bit too greedy in there and paid the price for that. But you're right in what you say. Gasev showed great boxing IQ there because he set the shot up. He feinted the jab, whipped that hook through. Pulv pulled the hands forward. I thought it was a clinical finish, a brilliant finish.
Yeah, look, and we always knew he had that power as well. We always knew really he needed to land one shot on anyone, really, but we know he's a powerful guy, so he set it up with a T, just pieced it all together really nicely. Like I say, meticulous game plan win.
We're going to get on to you and your career in a minute, and congratulations and your flowers. You've been on talkSPORT since you won, obviously, but your flowers to you for becoming the champion. Extraordinary journey, Fabio, that we've all enjoyed following. How does it feel? Does it feel complete, or do you need to defend that title first?
Yeah, a bit of both. I think more so, don't get me wrong, I feel like being elevated, I've earned the right anyway. That Joseph Parker fight, obviously it was an interim fight anyway, so the belt was technically on the line in a roundabout way. So yeah, look, earning it and winning it that way, yeah, I think that's all ticked off. But for me, to hear WBO World Champion be announced in the ring as the winner and all that, that's the bit I need, that's the bit I'm missing. So yeah, a little defence for me will be nice.
You're a guy that has been chasing the pack now for a while. You've worked your way up. We all know the story. We're not going back over it again. It's been an incredible journey. And like I say, you've been chasing the pack, willing to fight anyone, put it on the line. Now you're the guy in demand. Now that you're the guy with a target on your back. Is that a different feeling?
Yes, it's nicer, it's easier. I've got to do less legwork. I can sit back, the phone's ringing now. I'm not the one on the other end chasing everyone down and asking for the fights and hunting and calling people and saying, yep, come on, I'll fight you, I'll fight you. So yeah, it's the other way around now, which is nice. I get to sit back and take my pick.
Choose your favourite here this week. Shannon Briggs, Deontay Wilder, or Derek Chisora, and why?
Del Boy for me. Like I love just being like. I love being around him, but I also love being about 10 yards behind him because you never know what's going on. But like close enough that you can see it firsthand, but further enough away that he's not, because he'll do something and then he'll run and grab you and pull you, and now you're involved as well. So I just like being on the sidelines watching Del cause chaos.
We were just, before we started recording, he was over there with 2 6'2" Russian girls. He'd pulled around him and he was holding court, and we were all falling over laughing, weren't we?
That's what I mean. He has a way with words, and he has a way to just command the room and then get everyone involved, rope you all in somehow.
Do you know who surprised me this week? Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been very, he's been very approachable. He's been brilliant with, access for all of us. But he surprised me, like his mannerisms. He's very acceptant of where he's been, the journey he's been on, the troubles he's had outside of the ring. He says has affected his performances. He says they are now behind him. We're going to see the Deontay. And he said, look, don't let me talk about it because obviously I've got to prove myself. But you will see that again. And for you, Fabio, I think it's going to be great because you need those characters, don't you? You need those dance partners. And Deontay Wilder, over the last 10 years, he's been that guy.
Yeah. And
I think that, if he can get him back to any sort of form, what a great name to have on the CV.
Yeah, massive name. Like, that's the thing. I'm in the mix with those guys now, and like those, your AJs, Furies, Deontay Wilders, whoever else. They're obviously at the back of their careers, but being able to be around them and then I'm in the place now. We can have a scrap, we can have a fight, and I can get them names on my resume. So yeah, look, if he pulls himself together and finds himself to get back in the ring and things, then yeah, look, I'd love a fight like that.
It looks like he's going to take the Usyk fight.
Snatched it off me.
Yeah?
No, I don't know. Yeah, I think Usyk came out and said he wants the Wilder fight, so I don't think it was the one anyone in boxing was kind of expecting. I don't think anyone was going, I'd like to see the Usyk Wilder fight, and that's not any takeaway from Wilder at all. I think there's just other fights out there we were more keen to see.
Well, I wanted to ask you about the Oleksandr Usyk situation, because he said if Joseph Parker would have won that fight, it's a fight that he would have been interested in taking. He said with you, Fabio Wardley, he feels that you need to maybe earn your stripes more, even though you've got the world title now. I mean, what's your response to that?
Look, it's slightly contradictory, because we were having chats, negotiations, drawing things up before the Parker fight, that if I won, Parker won, he was going to fight the winner. So he'd always been having conversations. I think either him or Sergey said publicly that he was happy to take on the winner as well. That's why we ended those chats and negotiations. So we were having conversations, trying to hash things out. And then it comes up, fight wins, I win, and then a few weeks later he lets the belt go. So it's a little bit of a kind of pulled me along a bit to then just sell me down the river. But it's all right. Look, I've still got the belt, so there's nothing to cry about.
Fabio, it's a good time to bring Michael Ofo in, your manager, because Fabio's been saying that you were sold down the river a little bit, in a sense, by Oleksandr Usyk, who's thrown a curveball to you guys by saying, I wouldn't mind Deontay Wilder now, I wouldn't mind a gimme, as we're seeing it. He obviously wants a name from the era. People will look at it in 20 years' time and say, he beat Wilder as well. You can see what he wants to do. You weren't that happy with it, I understand.
No, Fabio's earned the right to face the champion. As soon as he beat Parker, the first thing that he done was call out Usyk. He's running in the direction of Usyk, and Usyk is running the opposite way. Usyk has come out and said, I want to help the younger generation. When has any fighter ever cared about, a fighter that's not in their team? Complete nonsense.
For you guys in camp then, were you feeling that he doesn't fancy 12 hard rounds against a young stud? Is that what your feeling was?
Yeah, look, maybe. I don't know what he did or didn't want, but we were teeing up to have that fight. It seemed like it was, and then look, maybe the performance or maybe the Parker fight itself put him off a bit. Who knows? I'm not going to say.
And I'll just touch on that, sorry. Look, he said himself that if Parker would have won, he would have fought Parker. Parker is not a bigger draw commercially in the UK than Fabio Wardley.
I'm not sure he would have fought Parker, I think they'd have sat on it and had a look at it in the same way that they did with you and just had a little look.
In principle, our team agreed beforehand that we would fight him, gave under all of his conditions, because we know the guy that we have, and we believe in Fabio, and Fabio believes in himself. To call out, he said that AJ is like a Rolls Royce, and Jake Paul's like a Fiat. I would say he's like a Dodge, and Wilder's like an old jalopy on the way to the scrapyard. There's no comparison. If this was a Champions League final, you don't see Barcelona turn around and say, I don't fancy fighting Real Madrid. Let me give QPR a chance. No, these guys they've earned the right, and this is not boxing. The whole point of it is, look, WBO. He's not had a mandatory in 4 years. He was meant to fight. Parker. He dodged that. These two fought a tremendous fight. Both of them didn't need to take it, and then he's escaped.
He's all right, isn't he?
He's pretty good at his job, isn't he? He's pretty good at his job.
Listen, Fabio, I want to ask you, mate. So, what's the roadmap for you now over the next 12 months? Who do you like to fight next? What would be the ideal fights for you? I know that you want the big fights and the big names. Tell us where that would be, and when do we expect to see you in the ring again?
Yeah, look, I'm not trying to hang around too long. Early part of next year. And the same way, look, as soon as I finished the Parker fight, I wanted Oleksandr Usyk, and because he is one of the best in the world, or he's definitely one of the best in the division, and that's all I'm aiming for, and that's all I've been aiming for over my last 3-4 fights, is the next best fighter. So it's not changed for me. So whoever's around, whether it be, look, whatever AJ does, post Jake Paul, Tyson Fury maybe coming out of retirement.
Moses is number one with the WBO, right? Is that a fight that could happen?
It's complicated, obviously. Same gym, same trainer, Ben Davison, so makes things a little bit complicated with that one. But yeah, look, there's other massive names out there that I want to fight. So whoever the best guy is out there, that's what I want.
Can we just get both of your opinions on? You think I would say Jake Paul and and Anthony Joshua, I'm not. I'm going to ask about Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury that's kind of come out today that they've done that deal potentially for a warm-up fight in the spring and then a fight potentially at Wembley. Could be at Riyadh, we don't know yet. Riyadh season involved. What's your feeling about that? Should they be having a warm-up fight? Should they be going right now? Are you looking forward to them fighting each other?
Yeah, look, I think a warm-up fight's fine. Like they've both had a bit of time out the ring. I wouldn't really count the Jake Paul one as something particularly competitive.
Would you have taken that in a heartbeat?
Yeah, of course. Like, what do you mean? That's a silly question.
Listen, it's still boxing. You don't know. Jake might pull it off, and if he does, then he's earned the right to challenge for a world title. And we've got a guy here, Fabio Wardley. Jake Paul versus Fabio.
He really
Fabio.
is good, isn't he?
The white collars. The battle of the white collars. The battle of the white collars. Yeah, the battle of the white collars.
What's your take on Fury and Joshua? We really paused there. So your take on Fury and Joshua finally happening? It's got to happen.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'm sure we'll all tune in. But again, I'm interested in the Fabio business. So, if it doesn't go to par, we would love to get one of those guys.
We're going to let you go because we've monopolised you. Final thing, where do you want to be by the end of 2026?
I want to have multiple defences. And multiple defences and probably teeing up for some form of unification. On the edge of one, if not already kind of have one locked in. That's where I want to be. I want at least kind of 3 fights next year. Defence or 2 and teeing on my way or got one set and in the books for a unification.
It's great to see you, Fabio. Really pleased for you. You're a brilliant journey. You really are.
Yeah, mate.
Thank you very
Well
much
done.
indeed.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Brilliant to catch up with Fabio there. He's become, I love his bearing now as champion. He hasn't changed. He's still a very kind of humble, upright character. And you really feel it off him that he's prepared to fight anybody. He's not happy that he's not fighting Usyk.
Yeah.
They didn't say it. Usyk's arguably in the top 10 of all time in the heavyweight division.
Of course he is, and Fabio will feel now that he's earned the right to get that fight, to get that shot, and he's unlucky because Oleksandr Usyk was talking about Joseph Parker, and had he come through, but
I'm not sure he would have taken it.
No, but saying that he feels that Fabio Wardley maybe doesn't have that commercial value or doesn't deserve the shot, well, he's the WBO champ.
Yeah.
All right, so look, forget all that anyway. We may get that fight down the line at some point, but Fabio Wardley, his journey has been quite inspirational. It really has. And what a fight, what a victory he had over Joseph Parker.
Indeed. Now, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, warm-up fight early in the year, a August-September fight. They haven't announced where it is yet. If Turki Al-Sheikh's put a lot of money into it, could be in Riyadh, we don't know yet. Could be a 2-fight deal, could be at Wembley. What's your feeling about a warm-up fight? I wanted them to go straight into a fight. With each other, I mean. It's okay. Thank you for your appearance, sir.
Yeah, I think for Anthony Joshua, I don't think that he just goes into this Jake Paul fight on December the 19th. I don't think that that's the fight that gets him prepared, obviously, for Tyson Fury. I think that we see Anthony Joshua in the ring again in February, that possibly out in Saudi Arabia. I think that could be on a Riyadh card.
Do you agree with it, though, that they should be having warm-ups?
Well, I suppose look, they want to be at the best of their abilities. Tyson Fury's been out a long time. Anthony Joshua has been out a long time. If they both go in there now, ring rust will be in, and we won't see the fight that maybe we will see if they both have a warm-up fight or so. So, yeah, I do agree with it in many ways because we want to see the best version of both of those guys. Yeah, people will say they're past their best, and they probably are past their best, but let's get the best version of them of today.
Let's get a very quick word with Chris Roberts, General Secretary of IBA. Coming in, Chris.
Yeah.
We've got to have a quick word with you.
How are you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good.
You've done an amazing job here. You've been so busy throughout all of this.
Yeah.
The forums, the fights, the pro fights. The Congress.
Yeah.
How's it all gone from your perspective?
It's gone excellently. Yeah, we've come into Dubai 4 weeks, which would normally take probably 4 months for any other organisation, and we've ramped it up and we've come up with this event. World Championships, IBA Pro, gala dinner tonight, don't forget that one, Gareth. We're now on towards the back end of it. I mean, it's buzzing in there, isn't it? It's buzzing.
He's actually buzzing, and it was buzzing last night as well. I've got to say, the production that you guys have put on this week has been absolutely fantastic. You see it out there. The crowd were absolutely loving it, and they are tonight in this World Championships as well. It's a real turning point for the amateur boxing scene as well, with these kids, with the pool money that's been put in there as well, giving them that incentive. Because a lot of them young fighters, by the way, going back to when I was boxing, a lot of the good fighters that maybe would have gone on and become world champions, started families young, so they never had the opportunity, so they had to give up boxing and go to work. You've changed the script here by giving the money, the prize money that's on the table for these young kids.
Yeah, and the good thing is we like to think ourselves as a bit of a hybrid, because we've got amateur, we've got pro, we've got the combination. You can go from amateur pro back to amateur again, and so the conditions now, the conditions are set for success for the boxers to come in at any stage, and of course we're looking after boxers from grassroots and upwards to the elite level. And then we go beyond, and then what we see last night, we're also managing this as well. And on the back of that, bare knuckle, Gareth.
I've watched. We got BKB going on as well. We might have a series between BKB and IBA.
Correct. Yeah.
I imagine 8 bare knuckle Russians against 8 bare knuckle UK fighters. Look, really hardcore.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of the Russian. I think there were 12 Russians in the 13 finals here. I think 11 or 12.
Yeah, there was 11, wasn't it?
11 out of 13 of the weight division. What I've got to say is this: I've watched a couple of them today. Finalists, winners and losers, second place, getting that check in their hand. You've seen a lot of emotion there tonight. Like it's the fulfillment of a dream. Maybe they're buying houses. Maybe they're helping an ill mother or father. There's so much they can do with it.
Let me tell you what that means to them kids, because I've been in that position where we had to get sponsorship just to get tracksuits to go to the Commonwealth Games. There was no funding, no money. So it becomes very, very hard, because you've got to work like you're a professional, but you're not getting paid. You can't go to work because you can't put in the time. So, I think it is a massive, massive good thing, for these young kids.
Come on in, Derek. Come on in. Yeah, come on in. We're live. We are live.
Hello, home. How are you guys?
Derek, talk to us about the IBA and what it's been like out here for a week.
Listen, it's been amazing. I keep saying this. Yeah, I saw lots of fighters. Yeah, from Africa, trying to getting an opportunity. Flying to Dubai. Staying in a nice hotel, fighting other fighters. Not winning, but getting an opportunity, which is amazing. And especially now Christmas around, they get a bit of money to go home and spend some money on their families. So I was excited, and I did thank the president and everybody,
It's great. Yeah. 86 national federations were supported with flight tickets, accommodation. Let's not forget this. So we brought them with flight tickets, with accommodation. Not for everybody, but particularly, as Derek's saying there, the African brethren, they came here, we supported them, and they're getting through to the semi-final stages. It was great that we saw that at the Congress today, with the buzz that the African continent has, and of course with the changes to the Constitution and the ability to do more things next year, 2026, President's promised a large pot of money to support boxers. Again, next year we're going to start Continental Championships, Elite Championships, top 8 going through, World Cup towards the back end of next year, and do you remember WSB, the World Series of Boxing? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
President wants to realign something similar to this, team championships, and again, big pot of prize money. It's going to be brilliant.
Big changes.
And it was great last night at the dramatic end of Murat Gasev and Kubrat Pulv, and we may see Murat Gasev now fight Moses Itauma on one of your events.
Yeah, I think, well, we're doing it all now. So why don't we just do another one very soon? I think. What do you think, Gareth? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Hey, listen, I can see that little smirk, mate. You've got something up your sleeve, that's for sure. Yeah, and we're looking forward to it, because the event you put on here has been brilliant.
Chris, we're going to let you go because I know you're running around.
1 second before we let Chris. So I just did an interview with IFL.
And 2 giant Russian girls, which we were all watching.
Yeah. And then Al Siesta kind of started a biff with the other promoter. He started calling out the other promoters' names.
Yeah.
You need to sort him out about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he needs. We need to have a chat with Al. I'll have to curb him in a little bit,
I just grossed him up.
Yeah.
No, but thank you very much, man.
No.
I had a great.
Thank you, Chris.
I had a great time.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Always great to see you,
I had a
part of the
great
IBA
time.
family.
Thank you.
Likewise, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you,
Always a
Chris.
pleasure.
Thank you, mate.
And
Thanks
you're
for
going to be coming to the next lot, yeah? This is.
The next one is in Russia. I heard I'm coming.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
And do you know what? We talk about ramping up this media piece. We've just gone Sky Electric. Is that a word? I don't even know.
You just made it one, so yeah, it's good.
Let's make it up, eh? Unbelievable, Jeff. Yeah, let's go.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yeah. Thank
Great
you.
stepping in
Brilliant.
to
Thank
the
you,
Fight
mate.
Night
Great
Daily
to meet you.
podcast. Thank you so much. Cheers, Chris. Thank you. Derek Chisora.
Move over, bro.
Fury, Joshua announced. What's your take on
What
it?
day?
September next year, they're both having a warm-up fight first.
Yeah, I think it's about time we get our fight going. We need that. We need that for us in Great Britain. Forget the whole world. We need that for ourselves. You understand? So I'm happy. Who's delivering it? Take it out, Shake.
Riyadh season. Ring Magazine reported about 20 hours ago, very late last night here, that it's being finalised. Riyadh season's involved, and that they're both having a warm-up fight. Obviously, AJ's fighting Jake Paul next week, but they're both having a warm-up fight next year, and they'll fight in the summer.
Yeah, listen, we need that. I keep saying this. You know, it was like, can you imagine if Tyson Fury retired, AJ retired without fighting each other?
It doesn't make sense.
It don't make sense for us, and we want to see it.
Of course we do.
I'm not even picking sides. I just want to see a great fight. And I'll be honest with you, actually, I'm going to pick sides. AJ wins it.
All right,
The way right now is boxing, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I said that as well.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, because the way they're training him and the way he's going to be boxing, we see a totally different guy.
Who did you pick out of Usyk and Dubois then?
Usyk.
Who did you pick out of Joshua and Dubois?
Huh?
Who did you pick out of Joshua and Dubois?
Joshua. You can't even ask me that question because Joshua is my friend and my brother. Do you understand?
Okay, so you pick with your heart.
Yeah, so I pick with my heart and my loyalty. I've known Joshua for years and then went to the same amateur. Even if Joshua's fighting 25 guys, I'm always gonna back him. Do you understand? Because he's my boy.
Let's talk about you.
Yeah.
A certain Deontay Wilder. You and him went head to head. We know you're looking for that big 50th fight. Is that the fight that we could see there? Deontay said it's a fight that he would love to have. Is there anything in that, Derek?
Listen, I don't want to blow my own ego right now. I think the money fight right now is me. Yeah, number 50, and I'm out. And I want to do the right fight for the right fans. And right now, Deontay Wilder is leading the charts.
Okay. Talking about you and your mates, Anthony Joshua fights Jake Paul, 6 days' time. Are you out there for a start or not? You going?
Listen, it's a real fight.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a rumor that they're fighting in the 24-foot ring. Yeah.
A big ring.
Big ring. So, am I going? Can I be honest with you? Do I want to fly, spend at least $8,000 on watching a sparring match?
What does Joshua do when he goes in there against him then?
Smoke this sucker out.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat him up. Nothing else. Just go
3
in.
rounds?
It has to go 1 and 2. If it goes past 3 or 4, then we're going to be looking at ourselves saying, what is he doing? What is he doing?
I'm with you, Derek. I think if we hear the bell for the end of the first round, then every second that ticks by, Jake Paul gets credibility. And AJ loses more credibility. That's the pressure he's put on his own shoulders. Because if you look at it, and if you look at where these guys both sit, AJ should be going out there and doing a number on him and doing it very quick.
Quicker than the Francis Ngannou knockout?
Faster than that, but he should just go in there and look at this guy and say, you know what? This is for my people. I'm gonna. Anyway, listen. Let's leave it there. Thank you very much, guys.